what's going on, Tackle Warehouse fans? Jake here with this week's episode of What's New at TW. I got a bunch of stuff for you this week. Some stuff's going to be awesome for the pre-spawn season. If you live in a part of the country where the pre-spawn bite's happening, got some cranks and stuff that you're definitely going to want to check out. First thing we want to talk about though, our spring sale is going on right now. So head on over to the website. We're doing 25% off select items on the website. There's some sweet deals over there. Get them while you can. I believe the sale is going to last until Friday. So you got a few days left. Well, it's still going. So the first bait I got to talk about. So all these baits going to be awesome springtime baits. I grabbed all the crawl colors because that's what everyone wants right now. The first one is from Nishine Lure Works. This is the Nishine Simcoe lipless crankbait. So this is an awesome design. If you know anything about the Nishine baits, Hiroshi Nishine spends tons of time designing, developing, testing all the lures that he makes, and this one's no different. So this Simcoe bait, it's a lipless crankbait, but it's more of kind of a hybrid style of a bait between like a lipless crankbait and a blade bait. So if you turn it on its back and look down the spine of it, you can see it's super, super thin. So it's a lot thinner than all the other, than most of the other lipless crankbaits out there on the market. One thing too, it doesn't have any rattles in it, so it's a silent bait. So, I mean, most of the rattle traps and lipless crankbaits out there on the market, they're super loud and have a pretty aggressive rattle. Another thing super unique about this bait. So this size profile, this is the regular Simcoe 75, and it comes in at a ½ ounce. But there's also a heavyweight model that's actually the same exact profile and shape, but it comes in at 7/8 of an ounce. So you can get two different baits, same profile, but different weight options. And then as you can see here on the top, there's also two different line tie options. You can change it super quick because he gives you a nice snap on there. And you need to head over to the product page for this one. So if you go over to tacklewarehouse.com and go to the product page, I believe we have like an 8-minute video of Hiroshi explaining all the different things that you can do with the different line ties and the different weight sizes. So between all the different options, you can fish, any section of the water column you would like. You can adjust the vibration to have more of a wide wobble, a tight wobble. He goes over all of the different sizes and the different line tie options, and we have underwater footage of him doing all kinds of different retrieves with each setup, so you can see how they act or how they react to like rod twitches, how they look when you're doing a straight wind, yo-yoing it off the bottom, and all the different things they do. So I mean, just a wide range of options with these baits. They got a bunch of awesome colors. They got these sticky sharp hooks on there, these Ishikawa treble hooks. I mean, I almost stuck myself making this video, so make sure you check this one out while you can. The next one, super highly anticipated bait we've been waiting for a while. So this is the Megabass Super Z3 crankbait. So the Super Z series has been out for some time now. We have a Z1 and a Z2, and now adding to that family is the Z3. And what's different about this one is the bill shape on it, or the bill length actually as well. So it's the same body shape as you can see as the other Z series, just a phenomenal shape, super compact crankbait, highly detailed. And with this bill on there, this is gonna get you down that 10, 11 to 13 foot range. I'm sure if you make a bomber cast with like 8 pound, you could probably get it down to 15. And it's an ultra compact crankbait that's getting down to those depths. So not a lot of crankbaits that are this size are ever gonna achieve that kind of depth out of a crankbait. So if you throw like a lot of Spro rock crawlers or like the Storm Wiggleworts, this is gonna be right in that family, kind of that medium wobble. And even though it is a small crankbait, it's got Megabass's LBO system, the weight transfer system inside of it. You can feel that thing snap into place and slide back when you're gonna make the cast. And if you've ever casted a lure that has an LBO system in it versus something that doesn't have a weight transfer, or like a traditional crank that just has like a BB rattle as a weight transfer, these LBO systems, that shaft in the inside, it slides so much more weight back to the tail, and you can get such better casting distance with those LBO systems than some of the traditional weight transfers that are out on the market. So not gonna have any problems throwing it on bait casting equipment. As always with Megabass, everything's highly detailed. The gill plates on there, incredible paint jobs. I mean, this crawl, it's got the orange belly, the nice paint on the side, even on the back, they take the time to put, a little bit of red flake mixed into that black. The clear coats are awesome. Sticky sharp hooks as usual, anything with Megabass. Like I said, this is an anticipated bait. We've been waiting for these things to come in. Once the word gets out, they're probably gonna go pretty quick. So you wanna snag one while we still have them in stock. The next one we got here, actually we got two new ones from Greenfish Tackle. This first one here is their new balsa crankbait. It's called the Stray Dog. Everyone knows, the springtime, cold water season, or when there's a lot of pressure from other anglers, everyone's getting out right now. The flat-sided balsa crankbaits are the deal. So, flat-sided design, premium balsa wood, so you're gonna get that nice, hunting action out of it. With the flat sides though, it's gonna remain, pretty tight wobble, as far as crankbaits goes. The flat sides gives you that nice, tighter, more subtle wobbling action. This guy is outfitted with a circuit board lip on there. It's still rounded, but it's almost like a hybrid between like a square bill and a round bill crankbait. So right there in that 3 to 5 foot range, shallow cranking. The Greenfish stuff is all handmade. They're super high quality baits. Everything from their shaky heads to jigs to crankbaits, everything is it's just top notch. On the paint jobs, you can see they take a lot of time to really detail these paint jobs. There's really thick clear coat on these things, so they're gonna be able to last a lot longer than some of the old school balsa baits out there on the market. Got mustad triple grip treble hooks on them right out of the package, but we got that new fire craw. That's the one you're gonna want this time of the year. So if you're looking around at some of the balsa flat sides that we got, check out that new Greenfish Stray Dog. The other thing that we got from Greenfish is this new brand new Little Bad Dude jig. This is a super awesome jig. I'm actually super excited to try this one out. So all the Greenfish jigs are hand tied, got premium hardware on them, premium hooks, nice durable powder coatings on them. They just make really, really nice jigs. All the pros that design the jigs, they put a lot of thought into kind of what they want and what they want the jigs for. Brian New is, one of the best anglers out there on the tour right now, and this little jig is going to be great for any of those times when you just want a more compact jig. It's kind of like in between like a finesse jig and a standard full size jig. This jig's built kind of on like a modified Arky style head, 90-degree line tie. It's got a 3/0 mustad hook on it. It's kind of like a light to medium wire, so you want to be throwing this on maybe anywhere from 8 to 12 to 15 pound line. You're not going to throw this thing on 20 pound and a heavy rod and expect to not bend the hook out. So it's definitely a lighter wire jig that you want to throw on a lighter jig setup, not your flipping stick. What's cool about this jig, it is ultra compact. It's just going to be really good anytime those fish are pressured and you just want that more compact package, or you're dealing with like spotted bass, smallmouth, or clear, super clear water. This one's going to be really, really good. What's good about it too is that skirt material on there. As you can see, it's a super, super fine cut silicone material. It's almost like the frog hair skirting material. So it's gonna breathe and pulse and get a lot more action when you have it on the paws. It's just sitting on the bottom. A little bit of water movement is gonna move that stuff, and it's not gonna stick together like some of the other silicones out there. And it's hand tied, so it's durable. It's not going anywhere. Got nice medium weed guard on there. Just a super well thought out, well built jig from Greenfish. All right, so if you're thinking about topwater season, we're always thinking about it. Some of you guys down south, you're probably already getting them on topwater, but for everyone else that's still waiting for the season to start off, we got some new TW exclusive colors from Heddon. So these are Heddon Super Spooks, and the favorite color around the building here is usually Okie Shad, but we wanted a couple different variations of Okie Shad, and Heddon was super nice enough to make them for us. So we got TW Okie Bone and TW Okie Chrome. So kind of a more of a bone color than the standard Okie Shad, and then we have the chrome that's got a little bit more flash in it. So Okie Shad has just been a great color for I don't know how many years and decades, and now we just got a couple different variations of it in the Super Spook that are TW exclusive colors. You can only get these here at Tackle Warehouse, and we have them in the regular Super Spook and the Super Spook Junior. So topwater season's just around the corner. Snag these while you can. Put your favorite feathered treble on the back there, get them ready, because before you know it, they're gonna be blowing up on topwater and you're gonna wish you had one of those in your box. All right, so we got a few terminal pieces to go over. The first one here, one that I'm super pumped about, is the new Owner Covershot HD hook. So I've been using the regular Owner Covershot since it came out a few years ago, and I use that thing on a drop shot and all kinds of other finesse applications, and the Owner Covershot is just an awesome hook. And now we have an HD version of it. So the regular version was more of a lighter wire, works really good for drop shotting and using light lines, 6, 8 pound stuff like that. But if you wanted that same hook just in a little bit heavier gauge, maybe you want to use 12, 15, 17 pound test, this is going to be the hook that you want to go to. Like it's, you know, it's not a flipping hook, so you don't want to be going out with 65-pound braid and jacking them with this hook. It's going to be awesome for like punch shotting and stuff when you're using, you know, a medium heavy or a jig rod with 15-pound line, and you just want something heavier than that original Covershot. Covershot HD is going to be the way to go, and we have it in a few more sizes as well. So we have it all the way up to, I believe, a 5/0. So if you want to use, you know, 7-8 inch worms on like a power shot rig, or, you know, all kinds of other finesse jigs, or just a great all-around worm hook, this one is going to be the deal. A couple things that I really like about this hook is that the bend that it has in there really keeps fish pinned. It's also got the silky gray finish on there, so it's super slick, super sharp. And then my favorite part, it's got that mono keeper that's hand tied on there. So that keeper just holds your worms and stuff on there really well, especially if you're using like a lot of hand pour worms that tend to fall apart really easy. That keeper holds them on there really well, and it also doesn't tear them up as bad as some of like the plastic keepers or the metal barbs that come on some of the hooks out there. Just an awesome hook, especially if you're doing a lot of power shot or punch shotting. That's going to be the hook that you want to grab right there. All right, so we got a few things from Gamakatsu as well. First couple here are their new MaxEye Jig Heads. So we got the MaxEye Pill Head and the MaxEye Swim Head. So with these, with the MaxEye, they all have that giant eyeball on them. So these are kind of crossover jig heads. You can use these for walleye fishing, bass fishing. We have some small sizes in the pill head that you can use for crappie fishing if you'd want to. They've all got these super durable powder coatings on them, and they're all built with that big river hook on there. So as you can see the bend in that hook, when fish get dumped down past that point, they're gonna stay pinned on there. Super sharp point. Nice double wire weed guards with that big eyeball on there. They get a great target. So if you want to use the swimmer head, run little swim baits, the pill head, you know, it drops straight down. These are really good for vertical jigging, but you can use them for doing a cast and wind on like a little swim bait, grubs, whatever you want. Just awesome new jig heads that were debuted at ICAST that we finally got in from Gamakatsu. The last one we got from Gamakatsu is the new Underspin Mini. So I'm a huge fan of throwing underspins, and now we got the new mini version from Gamakatsu. So we've had the standard size. Now we got this more compact size underspin. So it's got a 1/0 hook on there, so it's super light wire. This is going to be great for like your 2.5 to like 3.5 inch size swim baits when you just needed that smaller, more compact package. I believe we got them from an 1/8 ounce all the way up to 3 ounce. One thing I really like about their swim bait head in particular, it has the wire extension on there. Just keeps that blade, you know, down out of the way of your plastic, so you don't have any kind of interference. So if you're running like a swing impact fat, sometimes, you know, if the blade's up too close to that body, it'll run into the body and you don't get the right action and you don't get the right rotation out of the blade. Also got the spring lock keeper on there. So if you never use a spring lock keeper, they're awesome. I mean, it takes a little bit more work to get your bait rigged up on there, but once you do, it's secure, it's stuck on there, and you don't end up with a bunch of barbs that are just full of super glue and chunks of plastic. So awesome new underspin there from Gamakatsu. All right, so we went over a bunch of baits. Let's talk about some line now. We got 2 new lines from Seaguar. First one is their new Basics Fluorocarbon line. Again, this is another one we've been waiting for a long time to come in. If you're just getting into bass fishing, or maybe you've used mono your whole life and you're just looking to try some fluorocarbon, a lot of the fluorocarbons on the market are super expensive. I mean, we have spools that go all the way up to over 50 bucks for a 200-yard spool. You know, it's not something you want to try out and ruin the whole thing. So if you're looking to just start out using fluorocarbon, Basics is going to be a great one to try out. So Seaguar, the Adventurum fluorocarbon. This is a pure 100% fluorocarbon material, and you're going to get all the benefits you get out of a standard fluorocarbon. It's virtually invisible. It's got great abrasion resistance. It's got great knot strength, a lot less stretch in monofilament. With this Basics fluorocarbon, it's going to act a little bit different than some of your other fluorocarbons on the market. So it's a little bit softer and smoother. So it's going to transition well from coming from like a monofilament, or if you're just using fluorocarbon for the first time. Some fluorocarbons on the market are super stiff and they coil up on your reels. They're a little bit harder to cast. This basic stuff is going to work great on spinning reels and bait casting reels. Just a little bit easier to work with, a little bit more manageable, and it comes in a great price. It comes in at $9.99 a spool. So you can try out fluorocarbon. It's a little easier to use, not going to break the bank with it. The next one we got here, another kind of entry-level line, is their new Tactics Braid and Fluorocarbon kit. So in this kit, you're gonna get a spool of braid, and then it's also gonna include a 5-yard section of fluorocarbon, a small coil of fluorocarbon in there that's matched up with the size of braid so you can use as a leader. So a lot of people, you know, they're curious about using the braid to fluorocarbon leader, especially with spinning reels or spinning rods. I mean, just the benefits far outweigh any kind of negatives, especially with a spinning rod. You know, with line management issues, line twist, you get better cast, better sensitivity. But a lot of people are going to braid to leader for, you know, casting applications, flipping, anything like that. So with the tactics, we have everything covered from, you know, down to light line that come with a 6 or 8 pound leader, all the way up to 65-pound braid come with a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. You know, it comes in a great price, so you don't have to buy 2 full spools of line, or you don't have to get a, you know, a spool of braid and a full spool of fluorocarbon. If you want to try it out, you're going to get both included in the kit. It's going to be the Tactics braid is a 4-strand braid, so it's more of the like the old school style braid, a little bit rougher than some of like the smoother 8-strand braids. But with the 4-strand, you're going to get better abrasion resistance across like rocks and stuff like that. Just awesome line. If you want to try braid to fluoro, that's going to be the deal for you right there. All right, let's talk about some rods and reels here. So the first reel we got is the new Daiwa Tatula limited edition, the SV103 limited. This is an awesome reel. And like I said, limited edition, so once these are gone, they're gonna be gone forever. So if you're interested in one of these things, you wanna get it while you can. So Daiwa wanted to make a reel that perfectly matched that Tatula Elite Series rod. So it's got that silver finish to it, but just like all the other Tatulas, it's an awesome reel, you know, color regardless. So aluminum frame, aluminum side plates, it's got their 20 position brake on the side. With the SV spool in there, it's super easy to cast, reduces a lot of backlash. If you've ever used the SV spool, it's got the air brake in there. I mean, you can cast lures and not even have to thumb the spool and not get any kind of backlash. Then you got the T-wing system on there. The T-wing system opens up that line flow. You're gonna get longer casting distance. Down here on the handle side, got a 90mm carbon fiber handle with Zion knobs here. Super cool looking knobs, looks more like a JDM reel. And then you got aluminum anodized blue star drag on there. So just a phenomenal looking reel. We got them in both right and left-handed, and they're limited edition. So if you're interested, don't wait, get one while you can. All right, the rod that we got here is actually from Gamakatsu. This is a new Gamakatsu JDM Lux Avenge series of rods. So we have them in casting and we have them in spinning models. So this is a super high-end rod. I believe they come in around like $450. They're super cool designs. They are a little bit shorter than most like a traditional American rod series. We have a 6'6", 6'8", 7 foot, kind of the shorter end, and they all have the removable handle on them. So you twist it, the handle comes off, and that's made for the anglers over there in Japan that do a lot of shore angling, and the storage, it comes at a premium over there. So you need to have a more compact rod that you can store with these. These rods actually come with a rod sleeve and a set of rod straps so you can secure the handle to the rod, and you have the sleeve over it so you're not going to damage it, and it's going to be easier to transport. You're not going to have two pieces, you know, slamming around and getting messed up. On the blank, they're actually using their proprietary Lux pure carbon material. It's super lightweight, it's incredibly sensitive, they got great backbones on them, and you can feel this carbon material. I mean, it's super slick. It feels like a premium rod because I mean, it is a premium rod, comes in at a premium price. They got Fuji stainless steel guides on them with SIC inserts, so super lightweight. Gonna get great bite detection and great line flow across the whole blank. Nice Fuji reel seats on here, and they got these kind of like custom EVA to cork grips on the back. I believe the spinning rods come with a full cork, and they're kind of technique specific rods. You can go on the website and click the show more information link and give you a full breakdown of what they designed each and every rod for. Super cool series of rods. You want to check these out from Gamakatsu. All right, we've checked everything out. Rods, reels, you know, baits. You know, we need something to store everything in. So we got a new option from Plano. This is the Weekender 3600 Sling Pack. I'm super stoked about this thing too. I just want to pick one of these up. Probably be perfect for just throwing in the back of the truck and just leaving it there all the time. So this Sling Pack gives you a bunch of options. What I like about theirs is they have multiple D-rings on it, so you can switch it from a left to right side carry. So if you're right-handed, left-handed angler, you can put it on the side that's most comfortable for you. On the inside, comes with 2 boxes already in it, so you got 2 3600 boxes. And then on the outside, you got the laser like kind of molly cut material on there, so you can kind of weave some pouches on there if you want. Shove your pliers in there. Got a couple holders on the outside for like sunglasses. You can throw a bottle of water or something in there. It's gonna be perfect for pond hopping, walking around, you know, walking the bank. When you just need a little bit of stuff and don't want to have a big giant backpack, that's gonna be the way to go. The new 3600 sling pack there from Plano. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching this week's episode of What's New in Tackle Warehouse. As always, for more information or to purchase any of these products seen here today, click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most pumped about.